It's Josh downing water. Man, Josh here. Secret Invasion review,
Oh,
news, director comments.
oof.
So the spoiler video. Don't. We're gonna spoil everything. Talk about everything. So if you haven't finished it yet, don't watch. Josh is just coughing into himself.
Spoilies.
First we'll talk about, I guess, the Secret Invasion Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah, what's that at? What are we at for that?
13%. Secret Invasion concluded its first season today. Did they say there was going to be a second one?
Don't think there will be.
The episode Home has received a decidedly mixed response. The series has now become Marvel Studios' lowest rated Disney Plus show on Rotten Tomatoes with 56%. But the individual episode rating for the finale is a lot lower, which is 13%. Was it really that bad?
Kinda.
It wasn't 13% bad.
Nah, there was a lot of moments that were 13%. I can tell you that.
Okay, so I was encouraged by the first two episodes.
Yes.
We obviously weren't going to get Secret Invasion storyline from the comics.
No.
But I like that there was some stakes to it, like, Hill is dead. Like, they actually killed her, which is disappointing because I wanted her to actually have some kind of role in this, and she did for all of 1.5 episodes.
I was really hoping that we actually got a little bit, and as soon as I saw the gun, I was like, they're gonna actually just, because I knew right away, I was like, there has to be something that's gonna drive Mr. Fury to do the things that he wants to do, and on top of his own personal reasons, he's got a new vengeful reason.
I don't mind that they killed Talos, although I like Ben Mendelsohn as an actor.
I also enjoy his character for the most part, so it was kind of sad that they did kill him off.
Yeah. Olivia Colman can be in anything she ever wants to be. She's fantastic, and she should be in everything.
Yeah, she's very good.
If they had her square off against what's her name from Thunderbolts, that's gonna be in Thunderbolts.
Julia Louise Dreyfus.
Yeah, but what's her name? She has a weird, funny name.
Something
whatever.
Florentine or something.
De Florentine.
Isn't that an egg?
Not husband. Marvel. Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
We were close.
Kind of. Yeah. So if those two were to square off, that'd be really fun to see on screen.
That would be really cool. I would enjoy that immensely. Yeah.
Yeah. How do we feel about Nick Fury being married to a Skrull?
So, I think the idea was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like the idea. The idea, great. The way they executed it, oh my god. Like, I mean, there's a way to show love, especially the way that Fury does, I guess. But that was
just
fucking
putting on
weird,
his ring
dude.
whenever he enters the house is like, that's the way I.
That's fucking weird. The whole everything, pretty much all those interactions were really weird, dude. And fucking one of the moments that sticks in my head, and I remember cackling out in laughter when it was like serious music, and the scene was serious, and everything was whatever. And she goes, like, fuck, don't quote me word for word, but she says something to the effect of, Would you have loved me if I had my real face or something like that?
Yeah. If I was all Skrull and not switched.
And he just like I don't even think he touched her face. I think he put his hand on her shoulder, and he was already standing, and then he just walked away. And I laughed so fucking hard. It was I don't know, like, I don't know if it was supposed to be a touching moment where he was like, no, I would never leave you, or whatever, or no, it changes nothing.
Yeah.
he just walked away. And then after that, I can't remember what episode it was after that. There was another scene, same exact thing, like very close to like something to that extent of like the changing of the faces and being in love. They were having another discussion, and he just said, "I don't know." That was his response. He's like,
"What's Roswell
I don't
doing?"
know. I don't. Oh, he's getting fed.
Oh.
It's lunchtime. 12 o'clock. He gets a little snack.
I could hear that. Like, is there a spoon in there and a bowl or something?
Yeah. There's actually full china set out on a plate. I hire someone to come in the house and do that every day.
Okay. Also, so Rhodey being a Skrull, it's fine, but any advisor who would talk to a president like that would immediately be under suspicion. It's the Russians. You have to do it now, sir. Like, he was so over the top in his pushing the Russian narrative to bomb them.
Yes.
Like, when he's essentially yelling at him at the president in the hospital room, like, who talks to a president like this?
Yeah. So I agree. I 1,100% agree. I feel like the idea making Rhodey the Skrull, you know, he's in deep, whatever, all that stuff. Super good plan. Super good idea. Super good plan. You can play up on, you know, the other stuff from the other movies, which they kind of did, but like they could have did it better.
Well, yeah, it looks like he's been a Skrull since
his legs.
Well,
since his legs.
Well, at least since Endgame.
Yeah. So was that when he? No. When did he get his legs?
Well, so he broke his legs in Civil War.
Okay.
And then he got
so
those,
it would have been Civil War.
Well, he got those mechanical legs to help him on the belt. So in Infinity War, I feel like he had those when he was walking around. But then Endgame, I'm not sure he did. Maybe he had like implants by then. I have to go back and watch. But I'm sure it's like since at least past Civil War, he's been.
I was gonna say Civil War. I was gonna say at the end of Civil War, he's in the right. He was in the bed at the end. Is that right?
No,
I think so.
Well, so there's that end. Is it an end credit scene where Steve sends him a cell phone and Stan Lee's the delivery driver? And I think Rhodey's in that scene, is he not?
I can't remember.
Oh well.
Anyway.
Since before that, you could.
I think it's just after Civil War. I think that's when they're implying when he got replaced.
Yeah.
Which kind of does dull it out a little bit. It would have been, I felt, obviously, if that were the case, it would have been better if it was like 2 or 3 people that were really important. Obviously, maybe somebody from, you know, Fury's team, and then Rhodey, and then maybe someone else or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give us something. And if, like, the revelation that there was 1 million Skrulls on the planet, I was like, oh shit, that's fucking crazy. I'm like, that's sick. And then nothing.
I did like the one line where I think it was, so Talos doesn't fundamentally understand humans yet. He's like, oh, we'll just be Skrulls. We can be Skrulls here, and they'll all just accept us. And and Fury's like, it's easier to save what was the line? It's easier to save 1 million than to change 8 billion's view on aliens or something like that.
Wow.
It was some sort of line like that. And I'm like, like that. That actually makes sense for motivation.
Yeah. Pretty good.
They really should have not done the storyline in the TV show.
Yep.
They, like, no offense to Don Cheadle, but he's not the A-star that they needed to actually have an impact to make the show impactful.
Yeah.
Or have it affect the MCU timeline, like unless the Marvels does something, picks up kind of the storyline, like this seems kind of a one and done. Although now you have Ritson, the president, going after every Skrull on the planet. But do we really think they're gonna pick up the thread with that and do a second season? Like, this show cost $200 million to make for 6 episodes.
Dude,
I don't know where that money went, because
don't get me started on this shit.
Wasn't...
Like, holy fuck! Like, who the fuck? Who seriously though? Seriously, who the fuck at Marvel/Disney went to 3 meetings, said yes to a bunch of shit, no to a bunch of shit, and then was like, okay, good luck, guys. I'll see ya. And then that was it. And he collected or she collected, what, 100 grand? Something?
For
boom. What? Associate producer.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, it's pretty astronomically fucked how much was spent on the show versus what we got. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even fucking talking about actors, people, whatever. Also, I want to know how much they paid Kobe Smulders, who got a guest starring appearance on almost every fucking episode, by the way, because they show the video of her getting shot. They gotta put her in. They gotta give her money for that.
That's what they're fighting for the actors, is streaming royalties.
It's just crazy. Like, that was nuts, right? So it's just like there's so many things where it's like they probably bled money so fucking hard, and in turn we got a finale that was just, and that fight scene where we apparently got all the VFX shots.
Like, honestly, if they're gonna spend $200 million, that's a 2.5 hour Marvel movie. They could have done it and made it bigger and had A-list stars in it. Like Samuel Jackson, okay, yes, he was in it. Emilia Clarke, okay. Olivia Colman,
I felt she was all right. I felt Emilia Clarke did okay. I didn't think it was like amazing.
It felt like they spent most of the money on, I guess, the actors and not the script or the special effects. The special effects at the end were pretty bad. Not great, man.
And I feel this, because this is what happens. And I'll try not to get on a tangent on this. Is that with special effects, whether or not it's in TV shows or in movies, it's supposed to add to the story and make things more, I guess, enjoyable, but also thrilling, I guess you could say. You can make VFX for whatever amount. You can make them thrilling. They don't have to be insanely extravagant. And I feel like that is a complete testament to using physical, like, makeup and prosthetics and stuff versus VFX. Because I think we almost had like that sweet spot where VFX was all like A, super expensive, and B, sparse. Yeah. So like a lot of movies couldn't make them, but they could obviously make physical stuff. And then they were like, okay, afterwards we'll just kind of adjust it. And that's why we got a lot of goofy, crazy stuff in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And then obviously VFX started to get a lot better. And I think now what's happening is it's so abundant because there's, even though everyone's overworked, there's so many VFX teams that are like, yep, like we'll take it on, we'll do it. But all these people are already burnt out. Yeah. So they're making lackluster like edits.
Yeah.
And no one's using prosthetic shit anymore. I could probably count in the middle of Secret Invasion from beginning to end how many times they actually had somebody in like a Skrull makeup and like, full ears and whatever. And I'm going to say like 5 maybe, dude. And 2 were kids maybe, which I think kids are easier to do if I'm not mistaken because it's just less makeup.
Probably. Their heads are smaller.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they get tiny heads. But it's crazy because like, and then I think about it, how many really cool Skrull changing shots did we get? 2 maybe? One of Talos, one of someone else.
Mostly off screen, or like they'd walk behind something. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got the end finale, which was just shit. And like those VFX shots of their arms, like they only use their arms.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like it just. Damn it. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so we can have our little quibbles about the show and
Yes.
not think it was great, but the director doesn't care. Ali Selim is the director, and he did an interview with somebody, enemy. So let's see here. The director behind Secret Invasion said he doesn't feel bad about garnering some disappointing reviews from some rabid Marvel fans. I don't even feel like it's rabid Marvel fans. It's just Marvel fans in general that weren't thrilled with the...
I mean, they're definitely a little crazy, but yeah.
Having just watched the final installment of the long-awaited MCU series on Disney Plus this week, the 6th episode of the limited series clocked in a critical rating below 10%. Oh, it got updated. We had it at 13. Now it's below 13. However, director Ali Selim has responded and said that he doesn't pay attention to reviews, even from the Hollywood press, when asked about a certain amount of backlash to the aspects of the MCU series. Quote, I don't know, is it our job to fulfill their expectations or to tell the story that we're telling? He responded when asked by Variety about critical responses to the series, addressing the fact that much of the 6-part series has garnered mixed reviews from viewers and critics alike. Salim said, I don't read reviews, with all due respect. For me, I view all storytelling work as I do as a dialogue with an audience. When the show is finished and put up on the screen, that's my half of the dialogue, and the audience then starts their half of the response to it. Let's see. I don't know. This seems weird that he's not... Okay, addressing the blockbuster nature of the Marvel property as well as the franchise's loyal fan base, Salim continued, I don't feel bad about mixed reviews. If you had unanimously good reviews, every movie would gross $10 trillion, right? That's not true.
Okay.
Projects resonate with different people at different times for different reasons, and Marvel has a very devoted, even rabid fan base who have expectations. And when their expectations are fulfilled, they move in other directions. They give it a thumbs down. I don't know if it is our job to fulfill their expectations or tell the story that we're telling, so it's a tricky thing. I would love it if everybody loved it, but I also don't have that expectation of myself, so I feel great about the response to it. So this right here where he says it's my half of the dialogue and then the audience thought it's their half. If you don't read reviews, how do you hear their half of the dialogue?
I mean, I'm just assuming that people are coming up and telling them. I mean, I can only imagine that's the case. Like, everyone's doing their job and like whatever, but I'm assuming someone's fucking reading shit online.
Yeah. Well, I would agree it's not their job to fulfill expectations. You still can't alienate the audience that you're trying to have watch it, right? You're trying to entice to watch it.
Right.
I think you could be a little bit more conciliatory in that, well, this is the way we want to tell a story. I'm sorry that it's not, we didn't tell it the way, some people wanted to, but we're proud of the thing and hope people like it. Instead of saying, hey, we don't really care what the fans think. we're gonna make it the way we want, and we're not gonna listen to anyone who says different.
We're rebels.
Yeah, I guess. It comes off as arrogant.
It does. It does. Of course it does. It doesn't come off as like I'm a super cool indie. It comes off as like I'm getting paid by Marvel to make this shit, so leave me alone so I can do it in peace and make my coin, and then I can fuck off. Because like, I don't know, man. Like, let's be real. After this, I don't think that guy is going to be directing much of their stuff anymore.
No. Also, if it's good reviews, every movie would gross $10 billion. That's not true either. A lot of good movies don't make money.
I'm trying to think of anything that's like that's been recent.
A good movie that hasn't made money?
Yeah.
Well, let's look at box office.
Trying to think, like what?
Oh wait, you know what? It's better to look at Rotten Tomatoes.
This is ridiculous.
Movies. Talk to Me didn't make any money. Joyride didn't make any money.
It's only been how long?
Asteroid City. Well, it's mixed reviews.
I heard Elemental was good. People didn't like it that. Not really that much.
I just read that it's crossed 400 million, which is a surprise because everyone was saying it was a box office bomb because it didn't do well opening weekend, but it's got legs.
Wow.
Like look at all these movies that have good reviews, and I've never heard of them.
Yeah. What about
I thought they were
2022?
all gonna make $1 billion.
Yeah. Can you do that?
In theaters, at home, coming soon.
Sort most popular.
Newest.
I guess not, eh?
All in theaters. At home, I guess.
I think it's because it's 2023 in brackets. I think you're
Cody Rhodes is in
2023
a terrible movie.
Oof. Yay.
And look at the Insidious Red Door. That made a ton of money, but nobody liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got both sides of the coin for
yeah,
sure.
like, yeah. And there are movies that make a ton of movie that are crap, like Avatar.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, I said it.
Uh-oh. Careful.
Okay,
I want those James Cameron's fanboys coming after us, okay? We love everybody, mostly.
I'm sorry if I offended any Avatar fans. Okay.
No, you're not.
That's it for Secret Invasion. Thanks.